Hello and welcome to KSP, where I'm going to show you how to get better, not only physics simulation, but a little bit better FPS playing KSP. So this is a Frankenstein made of a bunch of landing lag assemblies that I was testing the other day. So you can see that 716 parts on this little assembly here. And if you know KSP, you know that this is going to lag even like the most powerful computer that you have. So now we're in the flight scene, so we have a 716 parts Kraken bait behind us, plus 2 boosters landed less than 2 kilometers. And you can see that the game it's in yellow simulation right now. So the way that I fix lag in KSP is using the time control mod. Time control mod is the most essential mod that you need to install in KSP if you have a really bad computer like me. So as you can see right now, because of the 716 parts that we have behind us, plus the 2 boosters landed around KSP, we are only getting 40% physics rate and 10 FPS, around 10 FPS. The thing is, KSP has 2 types of lag. You have the physics lag, that it's just like how fast 1 second passes in the game. So right now, every second in real life only passes around 0.3, 0.4 seconds in KSP. So right now we're seeing 1 minute and 10. So you can see like here how long it takes. And you have the FPS that you know what FPS is, I don't need to explain. So how this mod works is, to be honest, there's a lot of extra functions in this mod that I'm not going to explain right now, but the most important function for reducing lag is just the H here, that's the hyperwarp function. The way that you activate the mod is, first you click the time symbol that you have on the right. You can change this for like the other type of toolbar if you want. You click the hyperwarp button, and the moment that you click the hyperwarp button, you're going to see this tiny thing here indicating that you enter the hyperwarp. The thing is, there's like 3 different dials to control the time warp inside of KSP. So you have the physics rate that you want. So right now KSP, you know that you can go for like 1x time warp, 2x time warp, 3x time warp. This is the same, so the higher you go, the higher the number this is going to try to go. That's the thing, like if your computer can't take it, it's not going to go up. So right now asking for 2x time warp, only getting 40%. You have the last value, that is the delta time, and the delta time is going to switch between calculating more physics or calculating more FPS. So that's the thing, like KSP, you can change this number inside of the game. So if you move this to the left, you're going to get more FPS and less fizz rate. And if you move this to the right, you're going to get lower FPS but higher fizz rate. And that's the thing, like if you move this all the way here, you can see that like right now the game is 1 FPS. That's the thing, I'm moving around this in real time, and I'm commenting this on real time. But you can see that like the fizz rate now is around 60% instead of like the 40% that we had before. So the most important factor that we're going to have in the time warp is actually physics accuracy. And the physics accuracy has a lot of asterisks around. So the first asterisk that you're going to have is, don't try this with crafts that are really bad made. So the moment that you activate this, there's a good chance that like if your craft doesn't have enough struts or out struts, going to break up. The second thing is that like if you're using landing gears or just any type of stuff that has suspension in the game, you don't want to go much above 3, and even like 3 is already dangerous. Like 4 is most likely a Kraken bait waiting to happen. So but if you don't have any of this, so like if you have a space station in orbit, if you're just ascending a rocket and everything is rigid, so you can just increase this number little by little until you get what you want. So you could go for the maximum, but I don't recommend. So right now we're going to increase little by little, and you can see right now the game is already 60% frame rate, 6% fizz rate, and only 2.2. And the higher this number goes, the higher the fizz rate. So if we go for around 3.6, you can see that the game now it's already in 1x fizz rate. The FPS is not as good because it's a potato PC. So we can see that right now we are around 25 FPS. The game right now it's locked to 30 FPS, so it's not going to go higher than this. And the second thing is it's still CPU bound. So if I look at my KSP usage, I'm 100% using one core already, so there's not enough to go to the GPU. So the GPU right now it's only a half the clock, and it's only using 60% of the half the clock. So we're using not even a third of the GPU right now to be able to get to this point. So, and we can keep going up and up and up and up, and the higher you go, the more the Kraken is going to show up in your game. So this point right now, I'm already not recommending to you if you have landing gears in your design. If you have any type of suspension in your design, you don't go. But if you don't mind this, you can see like it's already sagging a little bit, and it's just going to sag more and more and more and more. That's the thing, it's still working, and this is the maximum that the game is going to go. And that's the thing, like, remember, this is 716 parts behind this on a computer that is a potato. So this computer here can't render like 200 parts without going a little bit into the lag territory. You can see like jabs already a little bit high right now, and you can see that like there's two boosters here. The crew cabin is already dancing, but we can just increase the fizz rate now to show to you the power of this mod. So 2x time warp, fizz time warp with like 900 parts in random scene, 3x time warp with 900 parts, 400, like 4 times time warp. Look at this, like 4 times time warp, 5 times time warp. That's the thing, like, 6x is the limit. 900 parts. 900 parts in the scene, and the game is still working. And that's a working. That's the thing, like, it's not working 100%. And that's the thing, like, this is actually really good for... So, I made a mistake. Made a terrible mistake. You don't do this. Like I said, this is a Kraken bait. Run! Okay. It's fine. It's 100% fine. Something that you should not do with like hyper warp is to move the thing a lot in one go. So like if you go from 10x time warp to no time warp, stuff is just going to bounce a lot. Yeah, so don't do this because you're going to break stuff.